Open Scene Night. This is represents the final for our second semester. We have two groups of students, or two different classes of students that are here this evening. One class are our first year students, people who have been studying now. This is their second semester. They started in the fall, and this is the end of our spring semester. And then we have what we call the second level students, or people who have been here for 2 or more years, studying in another group, and they're here. So the first half of the evening will be the first level, and the second half of the evening, with just a short intermission, will be the second level. So I want to introduce you to, I just want to say, first of all, that this is an open class. It is a performance, but it gives an opportunity for our students to really feel the pressure of what it's like to get up and perform in a friendly atmosphere, though. We hope that you'll all be friendly tonight. Now we have standing.
You'll get killed. The next time you'll get killed. I dream about it.
In general, you need better dreams.
I want you out of this neighborhood. I want you off the street. I want you safe.
I have an appointment.
We have 3 possibilities, 3 solutions. You'll have to accept them. First, there's living with me and Brady. You'll have your own room, your own separate...
Rejected.
Second, Ricky has found a place not far from us. Maple Hill Senior Residence. I've checked it out. It's the best of them. Okay. There's one more possibility. I'm not crazy about it. I've only tried for 1 month. You stay at your place. Do not hide from me. Make yourself available to visits from me or some other member of the family once a week. Do not hang around the park. You don't wander the streets. You go over every afternoon to this place. It's West Penn Senior Center. I was there this morning. This is a great place. Hot lunch at noon and then a full afternoon of activities.
1 o'clock. Dr. Gerald Spitzer will present a slide presentation and information program on home health services. Refreshments will be served. 2 o'clock. Bridge, beginner bridge with Rose Hagler. 3:15. Arts and Craft Corner, supervised by Ginger Friedman. Okay. We've got 3 possibilities. We've got Exile in Great Neck. We've got Devil's Island. And we've got Kindergarten. They're all rejected. And now, if you'll excuse me.
All right, here it is. I'm taking legal action, Bob. I'm going to court. According to the lawyer, I have more than enough evidence to prove that you are both mentally and physically incapable of managing yourself and your affairs. I look at that bandage. You can hardly see. And in that chair, you're a sitting duck. I don't want you hurt. I don't want you dead. Please don't let me go to court. Fight me, please. Run away. I'm prepared to let you keep me for this.
You're not kidding.
I'm not.
Clara, I've got to tell you something. I put it in my papers. A letter when I died, so you wouldn't have known that. Your mother and I, was not the liveliest association. But there was a great fondness between us. We were married young. 2 years later, you were born. Then comes October 56. October 3rd. I met a girl. I fell in love.
You're human, Bob. It happens. There's no need to fear.
I mean love. The first and only time in my life, boom.
Oh, don't worry.
Clara, she was a girl, 24. I was 55.
Where did you meet her?
Well, it was in the Grand Street Library, the second floor reading room. I see this lovely girl, Hannah Perlman. She's studying a grammar book. She looks up at me, she smiles at me. I speak to her. And for hours, our words come out. And for hours and days after that in a little room on Ludlow Street. It was the most perfect time. Well, I'm married to Ethel. Nothing came of it. 4 months, it's over. She goes to live in Israel. A new life. But 6 months later, a letter. There's a child.
Oh my God.
A girl. And then, every year, a letter or two. Well, time goes by and then silence. There are no letters. Never another. 3 months ago, there's a message for me at the Socialist Club. Sergeant Perlman will be here at 5.
Yes.
Sergeant Perlman is my daughter. 26. A face like her mother. A fine face like a painting. Now, here's the point. She has decided to take care of me, to live with me. In December, we leave for Israel. So you see, there's nothing for you to worry about.
This is a lot for me to take in all at once.
Well, it's not easy, but I'm glad I told you. It's better you know now.
I want to meet her.
You shall.
When?
In 2 days. Friday.
Good. She'll prepare me.
That's the point.
Israel.
Yes. Clara, don't be upset. It'll be fine. It's for the best, Clara.
Well, at least you have a daughter who's a soldier.
Hey, sit down. Where are you going?
My train, the Cyberland Express.
Hey, they go every half hour. Please, sit down.
Gotta go see you Friday.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, hello, Rappaport.
You mean the three of them together?
Yes, the three of them in the same bed.
Why would they do that?
To make love.
That's perverse.
I know.
That cannot be true. Can't believe this. It's a sin. He is sinning. He will go to hell. God won't forgive him. It's his soul. He's responsible for his own soul.
I know. They will all go to hell.
And so will we.
Why?
For talking about it.
You didn't do anything.
I did, Mary. I thought about it. I imagined it. I did.
Mario, I told you.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, God, I have sinned.
Oh, Mario, repent.
Oh, God, I repent. Oh, God, how could I? Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, how could I? Forgive me, forgive me.
Take it easy. What do you think?
I imagined it in the pit.
What do you imagine?
I can't tell you.
What?
He makes love to one while the other stare. Very close. She looks and she listens. She watches their bodies move. She's very close.
How close?
Touching she must.
Oh, that's awful.
She must.
Oh, Mario, and then?
Kisses her too.
Oh, no.
He holds them both nose and both.
Oh, Mario. Now I have sinned too. Will God forgive us?
There's no use crying over a burnt down gin. This whole world's built on the principle of tit for tat.
What do you mean?
Nothing all specific. You mind if
What?
you want to move over and make some room? I like a swing. I always like to sit back and rock on a swing. Relaxes you. You relaxed?
Sure.
No, you're not. Your nerves are all tied up.
Well, you made me feel kind of nervous. All the questions you asked me about the fire.
I didn't ask you any questions about the fire. I only asked about your husband leaving the house after supper. You have a piece of cotton on your face. Hold still, I'll take it off. There.
Thanks.
There's a lot of fine cotton lint floating around in the air.
I know there is. It irritates my nose. I think it gets up in my sinus.
Well, you're a delicate woman.
Delicate? Me? Oh no, I'm too big for diet.
Your size is a part of your delicacy, Mrs. Megan.
How do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of you. But every bit of you is delicate. Choice. Delicate, I might say.
Please don't touch me. I don't like to be touched.
Then why do you giggle?
Can't help it. You make me feel kind of hysterical, Mr. Vicarbo. Mr. Vicarbo, excuse me. I got to go in. What'd you do that for?
I don't want to be deprived of your company.
Mr. Vicarbo, you're getting awfully familiar.
Haven't you got any fun-loving spirit about you?
This isn't fun.
Then why do you giggle?
I'm ticklish.
You're a delicate woman. A pretty big woman, too.
So's America. Big.
That's a funny remark.
Yeah, I don't know why I made it. My head's so buzzy.
Buzzy?
Fuzzy and buzzy. There's something on my arm.
No.
Then what you brushing?
Sweat off.
Leave it alone.
Let me wipe it.
No, please don't. It feels funny.
How does it feel?
It tickles me. All up and down. You cut it out now. If you don't cut it out, I'm going to call.
Call who?
I'm going to call that boy. That boy that's cutting grass across the road.
Go on, call then.
Hey, boy.
Don't you call any louder?
I feel so funny. What's the matter with me?
You're just relaxing. You're a big top woman. I like it. Don't get so excited.
What are you fixing?
Belt buckle.
Boys like you are always fixing something. Would you fix my slipper?
What's wrong with your slipper?
Why are you pretending not to remember me?
It's hard to remember someone you've never met. You're standing in my light.
Oh, better?
Thanks.
Can I see your wristwatch?
What? Huh?
Never mind. I saw it. It's my cousin Bertie's Rolex chronometer. Keep it. I won't say a word about it, but I can prove that I know you if I have to.
Why are you so anxious to prove that I know you?
Because I want to know you better and better. I want to go out joking with you tonight.
What's juking?
You know what that is? That's when you get in a car and you drink a little and you drive a little and you stop and you dance to the jukebox a little and you drink a little more and you drive a little more and you stop and you dance to the jukebox a little more and finally you stop driving and you drink a little more and finally you stop drinking.
What do you do then?
It was a clear night, spread a blanket in the local bone orchard. But if it's not a fair night, and this one certainly isn't, why, you go to the Wildwood Cabins between here and Sunset on the highway.
That's just about what I figured. But I don't go that route. Heavy drinking and smoking the weed and shacking with strangers is okay for kids in their 20s, but this is my 30th birthday and I'm through with that route.
Why
I'm not young anymore.
Why are you young at 30? I hope so. I'm 27. Listen, I have a knock in my car engine, and it goes knock, knock. I say, who's there? Do you have a knowledge of mechanics? I hope so. Why don't you take a short drive with me so that you can hear that knock?
I don't have time.
What have you got to do?
I'm waiting to see about a job in the store.
I'm offering you a job.
I want a job that pays.
I expect to pay you.
Maybe sometime tomorrow.
Of your jealousy and resentment.
So am I.
Then stop blaming your goddamn life on me.
You did. You took away the choice. You didn't give me the choice to find out if I was good enough.
And I can tell you now you weren't, and you knew it. You knew you were second rate. That's why you married Wayne.
I loved him.
So much that you threw away your career
Yes.
and had a child to prove you meant it?
Yes.
Lied to yourself, not to me. You married Wayne and had a child because he was a ballet dancer, and that meant gay.
He wasn't.
Still afraid someone will think he is? Still trying to prove it, and that's why you had the baby?
That's a goddamn lie.
It's the goddamn truth. You had to prove it.
You are certifiable. You'll use anything for an excuse.
What's that an excuse for?
Trying to take away my child.
I'm better for your child than you.
Like hell. You know what? You're wonderful. You're amazing. It's incredible how you keep on going. You're over the hill, you know it, and you're terrified. All you've got are your scrapbooks and your old toe shoes. What are you going to fill them in with, Emma? Not my daughter. You keep your goddamn hands off of her.
Well, as I said before, I'm better for her.
Like hell!
Never knew when she needed you. She came to me. Why? Because her mother was screwing her goddamn head
You
off.
bitch!
I'm sorry. So am I.
Really?
Yes.
Jealousy is poison. It makes you a monster.
Yes, it does make one unfair, too.
Too? Oh, Emma, you made a good joke.
Yes, I did. I'm really not so good. I don't know, dear, what made me say what I did about the baby. you know I have to have that. I just have to.
My God, you don't know how much I need you to say that. Let's have a drink.
Absolutely.
As part of our open class, we did monologues, and this semester is scene work. We have one monologue piece. And so, again, an open class, they've been progressing. Some of the lines we're still working on, but you can see that we're doing scenes and the interaction between each other. We've been working on listening to scene partners as well. So they're going to be introducing the scenes individually. In the second scene, again, Anne McCormick will be stepping in for Connie James, who is ill and couldn't be with us tonight. But she did work very hard this semester. Thank you.
This is Women of Manhattan.
By John Patrick Stanley. I'm portraying Rhonda Louise. My name is Nanette Perkins.
And I'm portraying Lily, and I'm Teresa McIntosh. Don't we look great?
You look beautiful.
You look beautiful. You look like a night bride in a fight in a nightclub. What does that mean?
That was your remark.
It was a compliment of some kind, Rhonda Louise, personally. I mean, you're stunning and I'm stunning, and this room is just ideal to see how stunning we really are.
Like the oysters?
Exactly. But where are the men?
You told me not to invite any men.
I know I did that, but where are they?
That was the whole point.
I know, but where are the men?
The two of us would be just decked out and looking great with each other. Fuck the men.
Don't you think we're wasting our gorgeousness on each other?
No,
Just a little.
no.
I know why you're saying that, but come on.
Wait, I know what you're hinting at. That ain't what's going on anyway. You're married.
So what? And you're here without a man because you threw Jerry out.
Stop. Right there. That's a black lie. I'm here alone tonight because you knew your husband wasn't going to be around, and you don't cheat. So you suggested this girl tonight, which is fine with me, but then don't you turn around and tell me I don't have a date because I can this one guy out of my life. That's just a detail.
Sorry.
If I wanted a guy here tonight, there'd be a guy here tonight. I'm dressed up because you wanted me to dress up. I'll tell you why you're crying. Where's the man? Because these clothes, they both out of situation. When reservations was made on which kind of garment are more effective to attract the male of the season. It's really like female fashion design. It's Mr. Charles Dole. These clothes are big. We're wearing big. These clothes are just like worms, but there's no fish to black.
Worms?
Big.
It's hard to think of my clothes as worms, Rhonda Louise.
And you yourself as a fish?
Especially that I have caught mine. Bob the big mouth bass.
Well, you know you got to keep in shape.
What do you mean?
You got to know if it came down to the stream that you could catch another journey. My father used to practice fly fishing in the living room. He'd be casting his fly in and about and sewing hoops to the consummation of my mother. He was practicing out winning the trout. It's a comparable same thing as a happy married woman would. They'd be casting their flies in the living room.
Is that what you think of me, Rhonda Louise?
Well, Bill, you're one of the worst flirts I know.
You think I flirt to keep in shape in case Bob leaves me?
Yes, fear, but I think you do it too because you like to scoop the socks off of her. Oh, yes, your pony, Miss. Definitely. I think you do it too as a sort of check. You want to make sure you still exist. The most essential reason is I flirt, and therefore I am. And I think you'll do it too.
I'm going to tell you why I flirt.
Why?
Habit.
Oh,
There's probably many dozen reasons why I flirt, but they're all dead, still standing, but dead. Like stuffed birds in a museum. Like me.
what's the matter, Billy?
I feel dead.
No, you're not dead, honey.
Yes, I
No, you just feel dead.
am. The other night, Bob asked me to marry you.
But you are married to him.
You forgot.
You are.
It was all so perfect. We had gone out, and and we had some champagne, and he bought me these pink roses. And the moment was just so, and he got carried away and asked me to marry him.
But just so dear.
I know, but it's exactly what I'm saying about my marriage. It drives me insane. I could kill him.
I don't know.
It's been 3 years, and we're still on the balcony, if you know what I mean. I thought marriage was supposed to lead into something, not just a frozen moment. I thought it was supposed to be a great adventure, like death.
It's hard for me to sympathize with you, Billy.
Of course, nobody ever sympathizes with me. Their troubles are much worse.
You always done well, as I can see.
Yes, I have.
You always had money,
Yes, indeed.
and some guy that adored you.
Almost always.
And you're good looking, and you dress well, and you always lived in some place that was great.
But he's always been like a photograph. I want to be in a movie adventure, where half my clothes are torn off by a gorilla. And I marry the chief, and I'm thrown into a volcano, but I survive. And I give it all up to become a Hollywood star. And I give that up, and I become a nun in an insane asylum. And I learn to be silent. And I invent something for the good, but companies and governments
Billy!
want to use
Billy!
it. What?
What are you talking about?
I just wish my existence was more precarious.
And for this, you want my sympathy?
No, Rhonda Louise, for the ache in me that knows no name.
All right, for that you got my sympathy. Ready for dessert?
This hour, Lillian Hellman, Act 3. My name is Angela D'Arezzo, and I'll be playing Martha. And I'm Anne McCormick, and I'm playing Karen.
It gets dark so early now, but cooking always makes me feel better.
I found some purple silver for the table, remember? They were the first things we planted here, and I made a small cake. You know what? I found a bottle of wine. We'll have a good dinner. What's Joe?
Gone.
A patient? Will he be back in time for dinner?
No.
We'll wait dinner for him then. Karen, what's the matter?
He won't be back.
You mean he won't be back anymore tonight?
He won't be back at all.
What happened? What happened?
He thought we'd been lovers.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it. What kind of awful talk is that? I don't believe you and I don't believe it.
All right.
Didn't you tell him? For God's sake, didn't you tell him it wasn't true?
Yes. I guess he believed me.
Then what have you done? It's all wrong. It's crazy. I don't understand what you've done. You guessed that he believed you. There's no guessing about it. Why didn't you?
I don't want to talk about it, Martha.
Oh, God. I want that for you so much.
Please don't carry on. I don't feel well.
What has happened to us? What has really happened to us?
I don't know. Make some tea. I'm going to go to bed.
Whatever happened, go back to Joe. It's too much for you this way.
Don't talk about it. Let's pack up and get out of here. Let's go take the train in the morning.
To where? a job, money. In a big place, we could find something to do. They'll know about us. We've been in the headlines. We're very famous. A small town then. They'll know more about us, I guess.
Oh, we'll find a place.
I don't think we will. Not really. I feel as if I could have moved. And what would be the use? It seems to me I'll be sitting for the rest of my life, wondering what happened. It's a bad night tonight, but we might as well get used to it. They'll all be like this.
But it isn't a new sin that they tell us we've done. Other people aren't destroyed by it.
Those are the people who believe in it, who want it, who have chosen it for themselves. That must be very different. We're not like that. We don't love each other. We don't love each other. We've been close to each other, of course. I've loved you like a friend, the way thousands of women feel about other women. Cold. You were a dear friend that was loved. That's all. Perfectly natural. That I should be fond of you. Why? We've known each other since we were 17, and I always thought,
Why are you saying all of this? Of course, I love you too.
maybe I love you that way. The way they said that I loved you. I don't know. Listen to me.
What?
I have loved you the way they said.
Martha, we're both very tired. Please don't. Don't.
There's always been something wrong. Always. As long as I can remember. But I never knew what it was until all this happened.
I want you to stop with this crazy talk.
You're afraid of hearing it. I'm more afraid than you.
I won't listen to you.
You've got to know it. I can't keep it to myself any longer. I've got to tell you that I'm guilty.
You're guilty of nothing.
I've been telling myself that since the night we heard the child say it. I lie in bed night after night, praying that it isn't true. But now I know about it. It's there. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I did love you. And I do love you. I resented your marriage, maybe because I wanted you. Maybe I wanted you all these years. I couldn't call it by a name. Maybe it's been there ever since I first knew you.
Not the truth. Not a word of it. We have never thought of each other that way.
No, of course you didn't. But who says that I didn't?
You're tired. And you're sick.
It's funny. So mixed up. There's something in you, and you don't do anything about it. So you don't know it's there. Suddenly, a little girl gets bored and tells a lie. And there, that night, you see it for the first time. And you say it to yourself, did she see it? Did she sense it?
What are you talking about? She was looking for a lie. It could have been anything.
Yes, but why this one? She found the lie with the ounce of truth. I guess they always do. I've ruined your life, and I've ruined my own. I swear, I didn't know it. I swear, I didn't mean it. Oh, I feel so goddamn sick and dirty. I can't stand it anymore.
All of this is untrue. We don't have to remember that it was ever said. Tomorrow,
I don't want to know it's a bad word.
Martha, you go and lie down. I'll make some tea, and in a little while, I'll bring it to you. You'll feel better.
Don't bring me any tea. Thank you. Good night, darling.
Wait, taxi to charge us $85 for Kennedy Airport and 84th Street? Come on, give me a break. I put gas in the guy's car, but I'm not sending his daughter to college. Hey, remember last year, Cabby picked up a beautiful Mexican family at the airport, took them into the city, charged them $160. He told them in America, the taxi fare started from the time they boarded the plane. And I get killed sometimes. It's warm in here. What did you do? You left the heat on for 2 weeks while you were gone?
No, the doorman knew I was coming back today. He probably turned it on this morning.
Organized. I said, and organized, I wish that. I'm hungry. We should have stopped at the grocery.
Oh, I dropped an order off before I left. They probably delivered it this morning.
Jesus, you went all the way to Jamaica to get over a divorce, and you remembered to drop off a grocery order?
Well, it's that Catholic upbringing. I majored in discipline.
Well, it's all that butter, eggs, cheese, milk, bread. Hey, would you like a job at Mount? Old woman color TV.
Oh, a perfect person. Well, the nuns loved it, but it was murder on a marriage. 462, please.
You're fat, so beautiful too. You had them watered, right?
3 times a week. Oh, yes. Thank you.
My plants hate me. I give them water and they refuse to drink it.
I've got to change my answering service. I get such boring messages.
Is there anything you forget?
Nothing. I got everything planned up until 5 o'clock. 5:01. Hell. It's so warm in here. Why am I shivering?
Hey, you just gave up 6 years of your life. Yeah. Giggling would be inappropriate.
I can still smell the ghost of Gus's cigar. What a horrible, cheap thing to be haunted by. Probably came back to pick up his clothes.
Sidney, he's furious with me. Especially the cleaners that I have now. Because he claims they do terrible work. Of course, I'm ashamed to tell him I keep forgetting to send the clothes out.
You know, I never realized I had so many books I've never read. Okay, Catch-22. This time we're going to do it for sure.
See, now that's what I can't understand. I feel like you should be doing any of that. I've been reading that. I would refill.
Listen, you're not going to try and hang around until I'm readjusted, are you, Faye? You want me to go slowly?
Yes, indeed. I think you should go slowly. I would not want you to get the bends. Oh my God!
What?
I just saw the most beautiful naked person across the yard.
Man or woman?
Can't tell. It was a rare view.
That must be Lupe, the Spanish dancer. Beautiful body.
Fantastic. Women are so great. I mean, they can make some men go crazy. And it's, of course, some women. Have you ever fantasized maybe you want to kill a woman?
Hey, you're not coming on to me, are you?
No.
I'm really very tired.
I see Sidney in there drooling over the Dallas cheerleaders, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And I wonder if I'm missing anything. Yeah. I'm sorry I haven't left Texas.
What's wrong this week?
We had dinner last week. I'm with a friend from best times of their life. And they really, this is time for those little love. Everything is just so wonderful. I said to myself, shit, another 12 years before I get the good time.
Did you say that to Cindy?
Not yet. I've had a chance to get an appointment with the secretary.
I don't understand you. I know more about what's wrong with your married life than Sydney does. Why don't you speak up? What are you afraid of? What do you think would happen if you told him what you tell me in the privacy of this room?
That the next time you'll be picking me up at the airport.
Oh, God, that infuriates me. Why are we so intimidated? I wasted 5 lousy years living with Gus, trying to justify the one good year I had with him. I don't understand. Why don't we take responsibility for my own life? Dumb. You're dumb, Jenny Malone. We shouldn't get alimony. We should get years back. Wouldn't it be great if just once the judge said, I award you 5, 6 years, 3 months, and 2 days, and the custody of your former beautiful body and fresh, glowing skin.
I'd be in terrific shape if that were I did.
Oh, don't give me too much credit. I talk a terrific life. Now go on home. I want to crawl into bed and try and remember what my maiden name was.
Are you sure you'll be all right? Oh,
No, but I want to be.
no, I tell you. If you want to call me Patsy, it's okay. Sydney and I won't be doing anything.
Am I not then to be set free? Light your fire. Do you think I dread it as much as the life of a rat in a hole? My voices were. Yes, they told me you were fools and I should not listen to your fine words, nor trust to your charity. You promised me my life, but you lied. You think that life is nothing but nothing stone dead. It is not bread and water I fear. I can live on bread. When have I asked for more? Bread has no sorrow for me, and water no affliction. But to keep me from the light of the sky and the sight of the fields and flowers. To chain my feet so I may never again ride with my soldiers nor climb hills. To make me breathe foul damned darkness and keep me from everything that brings me back to the love of God when your wickedness and foolishness tempt me to hate him. All this is worse than the furnace in the Bible that was heated 7 times. I could do without my war horse. I could drag about in a skirt. I could let the trumpets and the bands and the knights and the soldiers pass me and leave me behind as they leave on me. If only I could still hear the wind in the trees, the larks in the sunshine, the young lambs crying through the healthy blossom, and the blessed, blessed church bells that sing your angel voices for the family. But without these things I cannot live. And by you wanting to take them away from me, or from any human creature, I know that your counsel is that of the devil, and that mine is of God.
Business. There is another opening every 3 weeks. I can't be another novice, babe. What can I do? Take shots for it? But in our system, I put down an social criminal. I can't be faithful to my wife. I hate the guilt that comes with playing around. So I compromise. I have a lot of unpredictable affairs. What makes it worse? I really do care for Marilyn. I can't stop, and I don't accept her to understand. So we ended up hurting each other. I don't like it, babe. I don't like going into bed 2 o'clock in the morning and feel the back of a cold, angry woman. And I don't like you coming up here under any false pretenses. I would love to make love to you, but that's the end of the sentence. I don't want a fire romance. I don't want to dance on the ceiling. Or have my heart stay still when she walks in the door. Because I really don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Or I want this a little dissipated passion. Let Doris and Debbie had all the romance for the East Coast. The man is half crazed. Right now, he's rotten to it. I tell you what I do want, babe. I want a woman who looks exactly like you, feels like you, and feels exactly like me.
Oh.
My name is Andrea Rogers, and we're doing a scene called Job Interview. It's by Daniel Burke, and I play the voice.
I'm Angela Harry, and I'll be playing the applicant.
Okay, Jean, send in the next applicant.
Hello.
Oh, my, I was expecting them. Well, why don't you just sit down? Not over there, sit here. You know, I have all these resumes. You have to excuse me, I'm a little nervous today. It has nothing to do with it.
Does my not being in a wheelchair bother you?
No, of course not. I mean, I'm surprised a bit. I mean, your resume doesn't mention. I've been trying to deal with all sorts of people. Now, let's see, what can I do for you?
I'm interested in the account supervisor's job you have open.
Well, 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 you're quite ambitious. Now, let's see. Your resume shows that you have stable work history and solid credentials, and you're married. Are you really married?
Yes.
Well, good for you. Isn't that something? And your husband, is he just like you?
Just like me.
Isn't that precious? I'm most impressed. You have one of the best resumes I've seen in a long time. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And by the way, congratulations.
You mean I got the job?
No, of course not. I mean, congratulations on making such a good impression. I know you're qualified. It's not a question of that. The question is, what are you right for?
Do you know it's against the law to discriminate on the basis of physical ability or disability?
Now, wait 1 minute. Are you threatening me? This company knows about the law. Have you seen our parking lot? We have parking spaces reserved for people like you. There are whole departments in this company where people like you are more than welcome. Their special abilities can be put to good use. We had messengers like you. We love them. Couldn't do without them. But a county supervisor, what does that have to do with your special abilities?
I think I can do a good job, increase your productivity, and make a real contribution to your bottom line.
All that talk about productivity might impress the president or the stockholders of the company, but girl, you're in the personnel department, and we don't care about that. Now, if I hire you and it gets me fired, is that what you want?
No.
Well, that's just what can happen. People are happy working here. If I start bringing in people like you, we have to make a lot of changes. We will have to buy new chairs just in case you want to sit down. And then thinking that you're getting all the special treatment. Chairs all over the place and payphones up high. And how much water would you be drinking from the water fountain? Plumbing. And we get all this equipment and you don't work out, and then we're stuck with all this junk, and then years from now people will say, what is all this junk? A failed experiment with liberalism?
I'm just confident on my ability to do the job.
It's not that simple. qualifications aren't everything. I have to think about the other coworkers, how they feel having you as a supervisor.
It's not my fault. I was born this way.
Well, it's not my fault either. They think that I'll be giving out special favors. Have you ever thought about a situation where there's special fields devoted for people in your situation? Have you ever thought about professional tennis or armed robbery?
I get the picture. Thank you.
Sorry, I couldn't be of more help. Jean, I thought I told you to warn me when one of them walk in. What, are you blind?
Can I just say one thing? Everyone is boring. When did this happen? How did this happen? At some imperceptible moment, everyone became absolutely stare out of the window, shuffle your feet, boring. I try, okay? I do my part. I toss out words. I strike things up to grease the conversation. But these people at the newsstand or the bus stop or the market, I'm certain they come from good families with whatever interest they remotely held for. Anyone has long since been past, and they even have been hard to see. Yes.
Where did this year come from?
I know, I read the books. I imagine people in their underwear. And that works for a while. And then their underwear begins to bore me. I imagine them without their underwear. And then their embarrassment begins to bore me, so I imagine them in my underwear, and that's mildly stimulating until they roll over and flick ashes on my pillow and recite some inane joke they heard at a cash machine today that naturally I have no interest in it. And I even see shadows filling the room like a sandstorm. Oh, but now I have things to do. Finally, I would just like to say that unless you have something interesting to say, don't dare step out of your house in the morning.
Carl, let me just ask you one question.
Oh, not now.
Come on.
Oh, I'm feeling much better now. Any good dreams like that?
Carl. It's here.
Are you closed?
No.
Turn the sign to reflect accuracy. This is twice I've noticed this now. You asked about the chair.
Yes, the chair.
A fine chair, isn't it?
Yes.
A strong chair.
I think it needs a chair.
A person can sit in it. A person could peruse a map, plan a trip, an adventure.
Carl.
Yes.
We need to play our game.
What game is that, Jimmy?
You know, our game.
Names of child stars who were miserable in later life.
No!
Another game?
Yes.
A game where we tell the truth.
Bingo, yes!
Okay.
Well,
I'm afraid I have no intention of playing that game. I prefer to lie a little longer. Well, in that case, I got the chair at an auction. Yes, I got it for a song.
that's wonderful!
Oh, yes, you should have come. You'd loved it. You need to get out more.
He told me that already.
Actually, stroke of luck. I was on my way to the bus stop, and there it was, abandoned in the alley. Now it's mine. Ours, Jody.
I see. Come. Anything else?
Oh, any good dreams lately?
I'm going to go get it.
I think that's all for now.
Thank God.
Well, coming tonight and helping us out, and congratulations to everybody. You did a fine job tonight and made it look easy. So we'll see you all next semester.
That was good.
Wow.
Long. All right.